Alright then, so now we've sent a prompt to the model and we've got a text response back from that model, which we then rendered in this template. And that's good. That might be all you need to do. But in some cases, having just one giant chunk of text being sent back might not be what you need. For example, you might want the model to come up with a title for the entry, maybe a summary snippet, as well as the actual main body of text. And we could ask for that in the prompt and it would send them back, but it would still send them back as one big chunk of text, which would be hard to parse if you wanted to extract those individual properties and render them separately in different parts of the template. So instead, we can actually ask Firebase to return the values as structured JSON. Now, the way we do that is by making a schema to declare how we want that response JSON to be structured and with what properties. And we attach that schema then to the settings of the model that we're using. So we do all of that stuff in the Firebase.ts file. Down here, this is where we get the model right and we apply settings to it. And what I'm going to do now is add another setting down here called response schema to set out how we want our response JSON to be structured. And the value of that should be an instance of the Firebase schema class. So if we start typing that out, we should see the option right here to import that from the Firebase AI module. Okay, and then on that we use the object method and invoke it, and then we pass in an object as an argument. And then inside this object we need a properties property whose value should also be an object. And then it's inside this object that we outline the different properties that we want back from the model in the JSON response. So for example, I might want a title property back, so I'd register that right here. And then as a value, we declare the type of data that value should be, for example, a string or a number or an array of values. I want this to be a string, which we'd say by using the schema class again, and then using a string method on it and just invoking that method. All right, so next I might want a content property, so I'll add that in, and then as a value, I'll say schema.string again, and invoke that string method. So now I'm saying that I want the responses from this model to follow this schema with these two properties, title and content, which should both be strings. There is one more thing we need to do here, and that is to add the response mime type property to this generation config object so that we can say we want the response to be JSON and not text. And we do that by giving it a value of application/JSON. All right. So once we've done this, we can save the file and then head back to the personalities page where we're currently sending a prompt to the model, and we can now update how we're accessing the response data and rendering the different properties. So then the first thing I want to do in this file is update the structure of the result state, because currently we're saying it should be a string and it begins as an empty string. But instead, I now want this to be an object with those two properties, title and content. So let's change this to be an object, and we'll add on the title property, which can start as an empty string, and also a content property, which can start as an empty string as well. All right, so then we need to come down to the template where we currently output that result state and update that too, because now where we currently render it, we need to render the content property on the result state. And then above that, I'm going to make an H3 with a few Tailwind classes to style it. So text-bold, and then also text-2XL to make it bigger. And then inside the H3, we'll output the result.title to get the title property. Okay, so finally, we need to update how we access the JSON from the response itself and then update the states. So let's come back to the function where we fire off that prompt, and beneath where we get the results, I'm going to make a new constant called JSON, and I will set that equal to JSON.parse. And as an argument to this, we just pass in the response text, which is result.response.text, and then we just invoke that text method, right? So this response text is now a JSON string, right? With those title and content properties. And we're just using the parse method on the JSON object to parse the JSON string into an object, which we can then work with inside this component. So now all we need to do is come to the setResult function and replace this current value with the JSON content we just made. And that's it. Now we're outlining how we want the response JSON structured using a schema, and then we're passing that JSON in the component and rendering the different properties in a template. So now let's try this out in the browser just to make sure it all works. All right, so I'm on this same personalities page and I'm just going to type something in here like went for cocktails and to the beach. All right, and then we will select the personality. Let's go with eccentric wizard. Let's test this personality now and see what happens down here. All right, so now we can see that response and we've got a title, a mystical sojourn to the salt sands. Sounds interesting. And then all of this content as well. So that's all working. Now we're asking for structured JSON back instead of just one giant block of text. And we can output those different properties from the JSON in different parts of the template. And I think that is much more flexible when it comes to working with AI and models.